You check your bank account the same way you'd check a wound, quickly, painfully, hoping it's not as bad as you think. Your relationship with money is broken, and you don't even know it. And here's the thing that nobody in personal finance will tell you. Money isn't just a number, it's a relationship. And right now, yours is toxic. You either avoid it like an ex you're not over, or you obsess over it like a controlling partner who needs to know where every dollar went. Neither is healthy. Neither builds wealth. Broken relationship with money. And by the end of this video, I'm going to reveal the one shift that separates people who struggle with money their entire lives from those who finally break free. But the answer isn't what any financial guru has ever told you. In the next few minutes, you're going to see 5 signs that prove your money relationship is dysfunctional. And more importantly, you're going to learn how to repair it starting today. Not next month, not when you get a raise. The first step toward change is awareness. The second step is acceptance. So let's find out what your money behavior is really telling you. The avoidance trap. Here's the first sign your relationship with money is broken. You avoid looking at it. You get paid, you spend, and somewhere in between you close your eyes and hope the math works out. Sound familiar? You treat your bank account like a horror movie you refuse to watch. And I get it. Looking at your finances feels like stepping on a scale after the holidays. You know it's going to hurt. But here's what psychologists call this. It's financial avoidance disorder. And a study from the Financial Psychology Institute found that over 60% of Americans actively avoid looking at their financial statements. 60%. Avoidance equals poverty. Think about this for a second. Would you stay in a relationship with someone you refuse to talk to, someone you pretended didn't exist? That relationship would die. And that's exactly what's happening with your money. Every time you swipe your card without checking your balance, every time you throw away a bank statement unopened, every time you say I'll figure it out later, you're telling money you don't care about it. And money always leaves relationships where it feels neglected. The fix starts with one brutal act of courage. Open your banking app right now. Look at every number. Feel the discomfort, because that discomfort is the beginning of healing. But this next sign, this is the one most people will never admit to. Emotional spending. But this next one, this is the one that ruins more people than debt ever could. Sign number 2, you spend money to change how you feel. Bad day at work, online shopping, fight with your partner, dinner out, feeling empty inside, new shoes, new gadget, new anything. You're not buying things, you're buying emotional painkillers. And before you say that's not me, let me ask you something. When was the last time you bought something and couldn't explain why you needed it? That silence right there is your answer. We buy things we don't need with money. We don't have to impress people we don't like. Neuroscience explains exactly why this happens. When you buy something, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical released by sugar, social media, and gambling. You're not shopping, you're self-medicating. A study from the Journal of Consumer Psychology found that retail therapy provides a temporary mood boost, but it's followed by guilt that makes you feel worse than before. So you spend again and again. It's a cycle, a loop, a trap designed by your own brain chemistry. If this pattern hit close to home, hit like and subscribe to reprogram more of your money blocks. The next one might be the belief holding you back the most. The real fix isn't willpower. It's creating a 24-hour rule. Before any non-essential purchase, wait 1 full day. If you still want it after 24 hours of sitting with the emotion instead of spending through it, then buy it. Most of the time, you won't. And what happens when this emotional pattern meets your closest relationships? That's where it gets truly dangerous. Money shame. Now forget everything you think you know about why you're broke, because sign number 3 cuts deeper than any budget ever could. You feel shame about money. You lie about how much you make. You hide purchases from your partner. You feel physically sick when someone brings up finances at dinner. Shame. This is the silent killer of wealth, and it's everywhere. Research from financial therapist Brad Klontz found that money shame is one of the most common and most destructive financial disorders. It crosses every income level. Millionaires feel it. Minimum wage workers feel it. You feel it. Shame kills wealth. Here's where it comes from. By the age of 7, you already had a fully formed belief system about money. You absorbed it from watching your parents argue about bills, from hearing them say we can't afford that, from feeling the tension in the room when the credit card statement arrived. You inherited your parents' money trauma without ever signing up for it. And now that shame runs silently in the background of every financial decision you make. You don't negotiate your salary because deep down you don't believe you deserve more. You don't invest because you're terrified of being exposed as someone who doesn't understand money. You don't even talk about it because you were taught that money is a dirty subject. The shame keeps you silent, and the silence keeps you broke. The fix: start talking about money with your partner, with your friends, with a financial therapist if you need to, because shame cannot survive being spoken out loud. And the next sign: this is the one that will make you question everything you thought was responsible behavior. Scarcity obsession. Here's where the story takes a dark turn, because sign number 4 looks like responsibility from the outside, but it's actually financial self-destruction in disguise. You obsess over every single dollar. You check your accounts 12 times a day. You calculate the cost of everything before you enjoy it. You feel guilty spending money on yourself even when you can afford it. Control is fear. Wait, isn't being careful with money a good thing? No, not like this. There's a massive difference between financial awareness and financial anxiety. And most people who think they're being responsible are actually being controlled by fear. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions. Psychologists call this a scarcity mindset, and research from Princeton University proved something terrifying about it. Scarcity literally reduces your cognitive function by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. You are making yourself dumber by obsessing over money. Your brain is so consumed by financial anxiety that it has no bandwidth left for creativity, problem solving, or seeing opportunities. You're so busy counting pennies that you can't see the dollars passing you by. The fix is counterintuitive. You need to create an intentional spending category, an amount every month that you spend on yourself with zero guilt. Not because you're wasting money, but because you're teaching your brain that abundance is safe, that having money and enjoying it aren't mutually exclusive. And number 5. This is the sign that keeps me up at night, because almost everyone has it, and almost nobody recognizes it. Identity crisis. Stop and think about this for a second, because sign number 5 is the root cause beneath all the others. Your entire identity is tied to your financial status. When you have money, you feel worthy. When you don't, you feel worthless. Your mood rises and falls with your bank balance like an emotional stock market. Worthless. This is the most dangerous sign of all, because when your self-worth is attached to your net worth, you will do anything to avoid financial failure. You'll stay in jobs you hate. You'll maintain lifestyles you can't afford. You'll sacrifice your health, your relationships, and your happiness on the altar of financial appearance. You've confused your bank balance with your value as a human being, and social media has weaponized this confusion. Every day you scroll past carefully curated images of wealth that make you feel like you're falling behind. A study from the American Psychological Association found that financial stress driven by social comparison is now the #1 cause of anxiety in adults under 40. Net worth does not equal self-worth. Think about the people you admire most, not the richest, the ones who seem genuinely at peace. They've separated who they are from what they have. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. The fix starts with a simple but powerful question. If I lost every dollar tomorrow, who would I be? If that question terrifies you, you've just found the core wound that needs healing. But now comes the part that ties all 5 signs together, and this is where everything changes. The money mirror. Let me pause here because this next part changes the entire picture. You've seen the 5 signs: avoidance, emotional spending, shame, obsession, identity attachment. But here's what nobody in the financial world will tell you. Money is a mirror that reflects the relationship you have with yourself. Every single one of those 5 signs isn't really about money at all. They're about you. When you avoid looking at your finances, you're avoiding looking at yourself. When you spend emotionally, you're refusing to sit with uncomfortable feelings. When you feel shame about money, you're carrying shame about your own worth. When you obsess over every dollar, you're trying to control what feels uncontrollable inside you. When you tie your identity to your bank account, you've forgotten who you are without external validation. Your money problems are actually self-relationship problems wearing a financial mask. Financial therapist George Kinder has spent 30 years studying this phenomenon. He found that the most transformative financial breakthroughs happen not when people learn new budgeting techniques, but when they heal the emotional wounds driving their financial behavior. Heal yourself, heal finances. This means the spreadsheet isn't the solution. Your inner work is, and that's exactly why most financial advice fails. It treats the symptom and ignores the disease. But what's the actual cure? That's what nobody wants to hear. The money talk. If you thought that was confronting, you're not ready for this. Because the cure for a broken money relationship is the same cure for any broken relationship. Communication. You need to start talking to your money. Talk to your money. And I know how that sounds, but hear me out. Behavioral economists at Duke University discovered that people who have weekly money check-ins, where they actually sit down and review their finances with intention, save 42% more than those who don't. Not because they learned new strategies, but because the act of paying attention changes behavior. What you pay attention to grows, and what you ignore withers. Think about it like a romantic relationship. If you never talked to your partner, never asked how they were doing, never planned anything together, that relationship would collapse. You drift apart. Resentment would build, trust would erode. The quality of your life is the quality of your relationships, and that includes your relationship with money. So here's your first practical step. Set a weekly money date. Every Sunday, sit down for 50 minutes. Look at what came in. Look at what went out. Don't judge it. Don't punish yourself. Just observe it like you're getting to know someone new. Because money, like any relationship partner, responds to attention, respect, and honest communication. You don't fix a marriage by ignoring it. You don't fix your finances by avoiding them. And the next principle, this is the one that even financial advisors miss completely. Respect, not fear. Now, what I'm about to tell you sounds simple, but it's been the hardest shift for every person I've ever shared it with. You need to replace fear with respect. Respect. Most people operate from one of two toxic money modes. Fear mode, where every financial decision is driven by anxiety and worst-case scenarios. Or reckless mode, where they spend without thinking because ignorance feels better than terror. Neither works. 1. Fear mode makes you hoard and miss opportunities. 2. Reckless mode makes you bleed money unconsciously. 3. Respect mode makes you grow wealth intentionally. Respect mode is the middle path that nobody teaches. It means you take money seriously without letting it control you. You plan without panicking. You spend without guilt. You save without deprivation. You treat money the way you would treat a trusted business partner. And here's the neuroscience behind why this matters. When you operate from fear, your brain activates the amygdala, your fight or flight center. This literally shuts down your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational decision-making. Fear kills logic. Every financial decision you make from a place of fear is neurologically compromised. You're making choices with the most primitive part of your brain. Do not be afraid of money. Understand it, respect it, direct it. The shift from fear to respect isn't just philosophical. It's biological, and it changes everything about how wealth flows into your life. But what comes next? That's where it gets truly transformative. The real currency. This is the one that kept me up at night when I first understood it. Because this is where we resolve everything I promised you at the beginning. Remember when I said the one shift that separates those who struggle from those who break free isn't what any financial guru has told you. Here it is, the shift that changes everything. Money is not the goal. Money is the feedback. Every dysfunctional money behavior, the avoidance, the emotional spending, the shame, the obsession, the identity crisis, they all come from treating money as the destination instead of what it actually is. A mirror, a messenger, a measurement of the value you're creating and the relationship you have with yourself. When you fix your relationship with yourself, money fixes itself. Dr. Brad Klotz's research at Creighton University proved this definitively. Patients who underwent financial therapy focused on emotional healing saw their net worth increase by an average of 600% over 5 years. Not because they learned better budgeting, because they healed the wound that was causing the bleeding. Heal the wound first. The people who break free aren't the ones with the best spreadsheets. They're the ones who finally understood that money was never the problem. Their relationship with themselves was the problem, and money was just brave enough to show them. Do you think this shift is genius or terrifying? Comment genius or terrifying because I genuinely want to know which one hit harder. The real currency of life has never been money. It has always been self-awareness. Send this to someone who needs to hear this uncomfortable truth about their finances. Your new contract. So where do you start? Right here. Right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, today. You are going to write a new contract with money starting this moment. Here's what that contract looks like. 1. I will look at my finances weekly without judgment. 2. I will feel my emotions instead of spending through them. 3. I will talk about money openly without shame. 4. I will respect money without fearing it. 5. I will separate my worth from my net worth. 5 commitments, one for each sign we uncovered today. Each one is a direct antidote to the poison that's been destroying your financial life. New contract, new life. This isn't about becoming a millionaire overnight. This is about becoming someone who money wants to stay with. Because money, like any partner, flows toward those who respect it, pay attention to it, and communicate with it honestly. And it runs from those who ignore it, fear it, or use it to fill emotional voids. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Your money patterns are unconscious programs running in the background. Today you made them conscious. That alone has changed something inside you that can never be unchanged. If you made it this far, comment Money Healed if you're ready to rewrite your financial story. Your mind is either programmed for wealth or poverty. Now you know how to reprogram it. You walked into this video with a broken relationship. Maybe you didn't even know it was broken, but now you do. You've seen the avoidance, the emotional spending, the shame, the obsession, and the identity trap. And more importantly, you've seen that none of it was ever really about money. It was always about the relationship you have with yourself. Money is the most honest mirror you'll ever look into. It shows you your fears, your wounds, your programming, and your potential. The question isn't whether you can afford to fix this relationship. The question is whether you can afford not to. The greatest wealth is to live content with little, for there is never want where the mind is satisfied. Start your weekly money date. Replace fear with respect. And remember, the real currency has never been in your wallet. It's been in your awareness all along. Reprogram your money mind. If this video exposed something in you, subscribe. There's more to uncover. Remember, you're not a victim of your finances. You're the programmer of your mind. Reprogram it.